The town of Dustwater lay quiet under a crimson sunset, its single main street lined with sagging porches and half-empty storefronts. The wind carried a mixture of dust and the faint metallic scent of rain that never seemed to come. Cole Ransom rode in slow, his duster trailing behind him, his dark eyes scanning every window and shadow. A bounty hunter by trade, Cole was a man used to trouble. But this trip wasn't for a bounty, it was for something even rarer, a chance to leave that life behind. His horse stopped at the edge of town, ears twitching. That's when Cole saw it, a small, trembling figure crouched beside a water trough. At first, he thought it was a stray animal, maybe a desert lynx. But as he stepped closer, he froze. It wasn't anything from Earth. The creature was no bigger than a house cat, but covered in silvery fur patterned like rippling water, with large amber eyes that watched him with equal parts fear and hunger. It let out a soft, almost human-like whimper. Cole didn't know what it was, but he could read hunger in any language. Reaching into his thul bag, he pulled out a piece of dried jerky and knelt, offering it in his open palm. The cub sniffed, then snatched the food, devouring it in quick, desperate bites. Cole smirked, shaking his head. "Easy, little fella. Ain't no one gonna hurt you here." He turned to head toward the saloon when a sudden, low growl rumbled through the air. Cole's hand went to the grip of his Colt. From the shadow of the alley, something stepped forward, and for a heartbeat, he forgot how to breathe. She was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Tall, lithe, and powerful, moving with the silent grace of a predator. Her skin shimmered faintly under the dying sun, her hair a cascade of deep bronze. Her eyes, golden and piercing, locked on him, full of both warning and something else. She wore no human clothes, only a leather-like garment that clung to her curves, and her presence radiated an otherworldly heat. The cub chirped and bounded toward her. She crouched, scooping it up, never breaking eye contact with Cole. "You fed my child," she said. Her voice was low, accented with something he couldn't place, but smooth enough to make his pulse trip. "Why?" Cole swallowed. Looked hungry. "That's reason enough." Her gaze softened for a moment, then hardened again. "This is not a safe town for me." "I reckon it's not safe for anyone," Cole replied, glancing toward the saloon where loud voices rose, followed by a breaking bottle. "Name's Cole." "I am Karesh," she said. "And I owe you a debt." Before he could reply, she turned and walked away, the cub nestled in her arms. But the impression she left stayed burned in his mind like the sunset behind her. Chapter 2: Guns, Greed, and Whispers. Dustwater wasn't a place that welcomed strangers, and Cole knew eyes were already on Karesh. The frontier was full of men who'd kill for less than curiosity, and something told him Karesh was a prize worth far more than gold. The next day, Cole heard talk at the saloon. "They say a woman came in on foot," muttered one rancher. "Not from round here. Ain't even human, by the look of her." "Reckon she's from that crashed starship they found years back," said another. "Word is, there's a bounty for survivors. Big one." Cole's gut twisted. If Karesh had a bounty on her head, Dustwater's rougher element wouldn't think twice before hunting her down. He'd seen it before, what greed did to men. Later that evening, Cole found her outside the edge of town, kneeling by a shallow creek, the cub splashing clumsily in the water. She glanced up at him, guarded. "You're being watched," Cole said. "Men here know there's coin to be made on folks who don't belong." "I can take care of myself," she replied coolly, but her eyes flickered toward the hills. "I have before." Cole studied her a moment. "Maybe. But you're carrying more than just yourself now." His gaze went to the cub, who had paused its play to watch them both. Karesh's lips pressed together, but she didn't argue. That night, trouble came knocking. Chapter 3: Blood in the Alley. The gunshots came first. 3 sharp cracks splitting the still air. Cole was out of bed before the echoes faded, his Colt already in hand. He found Karesh at the back of a livery stable, standing over 2 bodies. The cub was hidden behind a water barrel, trembling. "They came for him," Karesh said, her voice shaking, not with fear, but fury. "They would have taken my child." Cole glanced at the men. Both carried crude iron manacles. "Bounty hunters," he muttered. Karesh's eyes glimmered in the moonlight. "Why do your people hunt those who flee war?" Cole didn't have an answer she'd want to hear. "Because war makes folks cruel, and cruel folks see opportunity where there should be mercy." She stared at him, breathing hard. "And you? Which are you?" "Guess that depends on whether you trust me," Cole said. Something shifted in her expression then. Something softer. "I'm beginning to." Chapter 4. The Ride to Redemption. The next day, Karesh agreed to leave Dustwater. Cole had a plan. There was a canyon a day's ride north where few dared to travel, a place of steep walls and hidden springs. If they could reach it, she might have time to figure her next move without bounty hunters breathing down her neck. They rode out at dawn. The cub perched happily in front of Karesh on her borrowed mare, the morning wind tangling its fine fur. Karesh spoke little, but Cole caught her watching him from time to time, her gaze unreadable. Around midday, they heard riders behind them. Cole cursed under his breath. "They're coming fast." Karesh's eyes narrowed. "How many?" "4, maybe 5. She handed him the cub. "Ride hard. I'll slow them." "You'll get yourself killed," Cole snapped. She smiled faintly, predatory. "Not if I kill them first." Before he could argue, she wheeled her horse and charged back down the trail. Cole, torn between chasing her and protecting the cub, finally spurred his horse toward the canyon, praying she knew what she was doing. Gunfire echoed across the mesa. Then silence. Minutes later, Karesh emerged from the dust, her garment torn, a shallow cut on her cheek, but alive. "They won't follow again," she said simply. Chapter 5. The Canyon Refuge. The canyon was a sanctuary of sorts, a ribbon of green hidden between towering cliffs. Cole set up camp by a spring, building a small fire while Karesh tended to the cub. That night, as they sat by the flames, Karesh finally spoke more openly. "My people were not soldiers," she said. "We were farmers, healers. But when the war came, the sky burned, and we fled. Our ship fell to this world. Many died. The rest were hunted." Cole listened in silence. He'd seen enough of humanity's darker side to believe every word. "You've done more than most of my kind would," she continued, her eyes reflecting the firelight. "You fed my child. You risked yourself. Why?" Cole shrugged. "Guess I got tired of taking life without giving something back."